Hello, America. It's us, Canada. For the past year, we've been asking you to elect our country to be your next president. Sadly, you've opted for the relapse over the fresh start, and we stand before you to concede the election to our worthy opponent, President Barack Obama. We'd like to congratulate the president on 4 more years of letting himself get teabagged by people who believe the founding fathers drove monster trucks. We'd also like to congratulate Mitt Romney. We're sure he can still find work scrapping America and selling it for parts in the private sector. Now, this was the first time we've run for office as a nation, and we learned an important lesson about the American political circus. People say they want lion tamers, but really they come for the clowns while secretly hoping the lion tamer gets eaten. Now, we stand by the promises we've made throughout this campaign, such as allowing 1 gay couple to marry for every straight couple that gets divorced, allowing 1 abortion for every inmate on death row, and inventing a vehicle that runs on maple syrup, so pipeline spills will just make for tastier animals. But there is so much more to do. And even as we concede the 2012 election, there are some things we won't concede. We won't concede that lying is just free speech by creative people. We won't concede that a woman has to put a leash on her vagina every time she leaves the house. We won't concede that the wealthy understand the poor because they once saw the maid watching an episode of The Jeffersons. And we'll believe corporations are people when they start paying taxes and dying at a respectable age. We do, however, feel we let the American people down by not winning this election. And for that, as always, we apologize. There's a steep learning curve to American politics, but Canadians respond to a learning curve by actually learning from it. We don't pretend the base of the curve is the most comfortable part because it gives you something to lean against. When Canadians apologize, we're not saying we're sorry. We're saying we can do better. And we will. Which is why we're taking this opportunity to announce our candidacy for President of the United States in 2016. Because if your next generation of candidates is anything like your last one, you are going to need us. We'd also like to issue this challenge. For the 2016 election, we're going to need a vice president who can temper our natural humility with some good old-fashioned American kick-ass. A vice president who isn't afraid to tell America they look fat in those pants. A vice president with balls big enough to cork Donald Trump's mouth. And we believe that cork is currently dangling between the pockets of the Reverend Sir Dr. Stephen T. Mostef Colbert, DFA, heavyweight champion of the world. We are challenging you, Stephen Colbert, to be our vice president. You have 3 years and 11 months to decide. After that, we're going with Mexico. Until then, we will continue to stand up for our American brothers and sisters, as we've outlined in our manifesto, America But Better. So stick with us, America, because we're still your continental BFF, and we're going to stick with you. And if you don't elect us in 2016, we're going to pat ourselves on the back for trying, and then build a giant wall with wheels on it so we can roll it north as global warming approaches. So, good luck with all that.